Welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin Clevitt. Now, I've been doing roof construction and finishing trades for many years, and sometimes I see roof windows fitted and then the plasterboard put in and it's all a bit mad. And basically there are a few simple ways of doing it that speed the process up, make it easy and take a lot of myth out of the angles and how you make it work. Most roof windows, these ones are Velux's, have a groove. The groove is intended for the plasterboard to slip into, and that supports the top edge. It's brought back round into the reveals and fixed. Then, because you've got sometimes a splayed top or a splayed bottom, you have to have a compound cut or an angle to make it all meet. And this is where a lot of people fall over. I'm going to show you my way, a quick way of doing it and make it all simple. So the tools I'm going to use: one off cut of plasterboard, a knife, a tape measure, and it's really straightforward. So the first step is a decent bit of plasterboard, an off cut, nice and parallel, and I know it's nice and square, which does matter to me because when I'm marking it up, I want to make sure everything's nice and true. And the only other tool I need here is my pencil and tape measure. So with this one off cut, I'm going to put it into the reveal. It's the size of the plasterboard I'm using, 12.5, and then I'm going to sight through the flat edge of this board and mark it, and that gives me the height of this piece. If you try and measure it, try to get your tape measure in there and you try to measure to the corner, you're not going to get a correct reading. If I try to do that, it's giving me like 177. When I actually measure it, it's more like 174, so it would be a bit long. And the idea is when it's in and finished, that when you put an angle bead or a thin coat bead on, it's all nice and flat and flush. So we will cut that off square, and when we fix it back into this timber reveal, it will be absolutely perfect. So this is my top and bottom. And I'll just put a little arrow there so I know it's there and there. So my sides, same thing, pop it in the side, give it a good push up, mark that where it needs to be cut, here and here, and we call that sides, and an arrow so I know exactly which bit I need. And then on this I will just write the dimensions of the sides and the top and bottom. I built this roof so it's nice and true. Now this isn't crucial here, I'm allowing a couple of millimeters, so I've got 1/160 on the top and bottom, and the sides I've got 12.85. I'll put that on there, 1, 2, 8, 5. Now I'm going to go and break all these bits out and bring them back up. So using the small bit of plasterboard, this one's the top and the bottom, I'll just transfer that mark onto the board, both ends. I need 2 strips of this, and I'll do my sides and I'll transfer that onto here, both ends. I only need to do this once. So I always use a knife cutting plasterboard, just one good score through the paper, same sort of pressure all the way through. You get a clean break, and everyone needs a clean break. So once I've done those first 2 cuts, I can make 2 pieces of each now, just by snapping it and using it as a straight edge. Like so. And that's all 4 pieces. Shorten these to length. So I've produced all of my bits and pieces now, and all I need to do first is pop the bottom and the top in. We're just going to put these in. And we're going to set them back. And we're going to pop a screw in to hold it, just one screw to hold it. That's all we need. Same at the top. That's that. We'll pop a screw in to hold that. Now, so this is where the magic begins. I have a couple of offcuts of the sides. So these are the sides effectively, and what I'm going to use these for is to mark these in situ, remove them, cut them, then fit the sides, pop them back in. Job's a good one. So I'm just going to put a rough cut on here, somewhere near where I want it. We'll just quickly take that off there. And then the easy thing next is we're going to pop that in up against the other board, and we're going to mark everything, both sides, top and bottom, and you're going to get a perfect piece. So we're going to take off here and here. So we take him back out, give him a quick cut. There's my bottom. So I like to use a handsaw, an old handsaw for this. We have enough of those. And I'm going to cut the lines out. Can use a knife, but when you're cutting close to the edge with a knife, sometimes you get a bit of a lump break out. Sorry about the shake, guys. I'm flying solo today. No one here holding the camera. Okay, so there's my tops and bottoms. Set them to the one side. We're going to fix in the sides now. I'm just going to rough these in round these timbers. So I want to be here to the point and there to the point. So I've cut the sides in. Here is the bottom that I took out, cut, and all I've got to do now is slot that back in, give it a little fixing, and it's super quick, super accurate, and it's a good job every time. And the plasterer will love you. And that's how I like to do my Veluxes. If I've got a lot to do, I'll cut everything up in one go and just go around fixing them all in. Excellent.